Good morning, children. Welcome back to the social session. Children, in the last class we tried to understand the values which are embedded in the preamble of the Indian Constitution. So let me quickly recapitulate what we have discussed about the Indian constitutional values. The things like the words or the terms like sovereign, socialistic, secular, democratic and republic we have seen. And apart from that, in order to achieve these five, in order to be more meaningful about these terms, we also have learnt about some of the substitute terms like liberty, equality, fraternity and justice. These are the things which are envisaged in the Indian Constitution, are considered as the ideals of the Indian Constitution. Today we learn about the form of the government or the system of the government which has been present in the Indian Constitution. The Constitution provides arrangement for the institutional setup in the country for ruling country in accordance with the above ideals and values. So how it should be done? It provides a parliamentary form of government. The parliament consisting of representatives of the people makes the law. And these law enforcement, these laws are implemented by a government formed by the elections or formed by the voting right of the people, and these members of the parliament are answerable to the parliament. So these MPs, we elect the MPs, member of parliament. They are accountable and they are responsible to the parliament. If anybody raises the question on the implementation of the law, you are accountable to them. You need to answer for them. So the country is governed by the cabinet headed by the prime minister, and the entire government is headed by the president. So we shall read further in detail about these in the next chapter, but you remember that the cabinet head is the prime minister and the government head is the president. So secondly, our country has a federal system. That means federal system means the entire power doesn't get concentrated at a single place. There will be a decentralization of the power. What is centralization and what is decentralization, children? Centralization means पूरा power एक ही के पास रहे तो वो centralization है. अगर power थोड़ा मेरे पास, थोड़ा दूसरे लोगों के पास और थोड़ा दूसरे लोगों के पास रहे तो it is called as decentralization. The entire power doesn't lie with the prime minister here. Some power also lies with the chief minister, some lies with the district collector. So this kind of setup, we call it as a federal setup. The entire state or the entire country is considered as a union of smaller states, and government functions are divided between the central government and the state government. Whereas state government is responsible to the state legislature, and central government, that is a prime minister and his government, is responsible to the parliament. For example, the central government makes laws regarding the control of army, railways, money circulation, कब print करना, कितना print करना, ये पूरा जो देखभाल करती है वो central government करती है. But whereas state government will make laws relating to the state issues like the schools, police, regarding the transport, road transportation, ये पूरा जो है वो state government देख लेती है. And the central government has two houses, one is Lok Sabha, the other one is Rajya Sabha, and the members of the Rajya Sabha are elected by the assemblies indirectly, even by the assembly, by the state assemblies. Thus the states also have a role to play in making the laws in the central government also, because people of the state elect their representatives to the Lok Sabha, and the assemblies will send MPs to the Rajya Sabha. So moreover, our country has a three-level democracy. At the country level, we have the parliament. At the state level, we have the state assemblies, and at the district level, we have local government known as Panchayat Raj system. So our system of government is at three level. At central government, we have parliament, that is at the country level, and at the state level, we have state legislature जो है, and at the district level क्या है, पंचायत राज system है, local self government. So under this पंचायत राज system again there are two different rural पंचायत राज system जो है अलग है, और local self governing for urban areas is different, and for the rural areas you have जिला परिषद, मंडल परिषद and the gram panchayat. For the urban areas you have municipal corporation and municipal council. That is three levels of administration you find in India. And this is to ensure that people have maximum opportunity to participate in the managing public affairs of the country. In addition, the constitution also provided for some independent institutions to guard the constitution. That means to protect the constitution, there are also some independent institutional arrangement is also done in the constitution. For example, these include the judiciary, the law courts, okay, the controller and auditor general, and who supervises the expenditure of the government, the election commission, who conducts the election, free and fair elections, and these are expected to function independently from the government, and they report directly to the president. Whether it is controller and auditor general, election commission of India, they all function independently. Of course, for namesake, on the paper they function independently, but they are also controlled by the parliament and by the government. Finally, the constitution is a living and changing document, because we can change it as per our need, and those who made the Indian constitution felt that it has to be in accordance with the people's aspiration, people's interest, and people's goals, people's dreams. It has to be in accordance with them to change the society, and they did not see it as a sacred, static and unalterable law. So you cannot make it so rigid, you cannot make a constitutional document so static, but our constitution is very dynamic. We have amended the constitution many times. So they made provisions incorporating changes from time to time, and with that only we have changed the constitution for more than 100 times. Now these changes which are made to the constitution are called as amendment. Amendment means when you change the constitution, एक नया ऐड कर सकते हैं और जो है उसको निकाल देना, इज कॉल्ड एज अमेंडमेंट बोलते हैं, कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन अमेंडमेंट. अब तक कितने बार अमेंड करे हैं कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन को? मोर देन 100 टाइम्स, 100 से ज़्यादा टाइम्स वी हैव अमेंडेड द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. So till 2013 our constitution has been amended more than 99 times. So this is how the Indian constitution should be understood, and you need to complete the fair notes of this lesson, and in the next class we shall see about the central government and the state government. Thank you children.